Oh, startled me there. Welcome back to the Scotty Gomez Learn to Be a Pro. On this episode, your Uncle Scott's going to teach you how to make a steak over a pan, on a stove. I know what you're thinking. Summertime, should be outside, drinks are flowing. But if you're like me, that asshole that probably forgets to put propane in the tank, don't worry about it. Your Uncle Scott's got just the trick. So, for our ingredients today, rosemary, garlic, salt, pepper, butter, oil, Montreal seasoning. Last but not least, steak. You want to take it out of the refrigerator. You want it room temperature, so about 20 minutes before you're going to cook. Beautiful piece of meat here. This is from the Scotty Gomez Merrillfield Ranch. Killed it myself this morning. All the fixings you need. That's it. It's pretty simple. Let's go. Let's find out what we can do. But before we start cooking, what's your Uncle Scott's #1 rule? Wash your hands. And since we're not outside in the grill where other people are going to be distracted, you want people to know you're washing your hands. I like to go with the pregnancy. Hey Valley, and guess who's pregnant? Right away, someone's going to come over, unless they're an asshole. Who? You come over and guess. Until you're done with your hands, guess. Nah, you'll never guess, I'll tell you later. Anyway, pregnancy one always works. Plenty of options though for that. But now we have a witness that we washed our hands. So whether the meal's good or not, at least they know it's clean. All right, steaks, like I said, beautiful piece of meat. Let's put the fixings on. Right away, salt. Layer that with salt, put it on. Cracked pepper. Flip, same thing, salt, pepper. Okay, so now press it in. So now we have it. Don't be scared to mop up the fixings. All the fixings that are there, get all those juices, mop it up, little pressure on it. Now with the Montreal. Secret, on the fat, little oil. Rub it on with the Montreal. Right just on the fat part. The reason being, I saw it one time and I don't know, looked kind of cool, but it's actually really good. So now that our steak, all the fixings are on, here we go. Oil, hot pan. Spin that around. We want to sear that steak right when it gets on. We want color. Color equals flavor. Now that the oil is ready to go, most important, don't dump the steak in. Hot oil gets on you. I've done it before. You look like an asshole. Don't want to be that guy. Place and move. Hear that sizzle, snap, crackle. That's what you want. And you get that. Now, depending on the thickness of the steak, what brand is, like we said, maybe the people that are giving out the bacon candles, you're a little cheap, you're probably cooking a flank steak or something, but if it's a good piece of meat, you might have to turn it more than once. On a grill, they say, but here, the most important thing is flavor. We want flavor. Tongs. Color, we want that color, we want that brown color. We want that color looking like a Scotty Gomez on a hot summer's Mexico day, tanned up after golfing. Well, you get the point. So we'll leave that in. Remember, other thing, we're in the kitchen. Always constant doing stuff, cleaning stuff up, talking, but never let someone come that close. Don't hang yet, stay back, yeah? Okay. Like I said, we don't know how this steak's gonna turn out, but we'll be all right. Also, let the pan do the work. Let the pan do the work. You don't need to touch it. You just go around it. A couple clacks. There we go. A little more color there. So now that we got that brown on both sides, here's where that Montreal comes in. Move the steak over, put it on its side, put that grease. We're just cooking that fat up a little bit to add more flavor to the steak. Now, rosemary. Let rosemary get in there. A little more olive oil. Let that rosemary cook just a little bit. Fresh garlic and garden, throw that in there. Goes great. Butter. Butter, important. Now that we let that rosemary cook a little bit, get a little fried up, stick of butter right there. Not a stick, but butter in the pan. Now that we got the rosemary and butter going, now the fixing. Now we're going to braise it. We're just going to braise it. What is it? Braise or braise? Braise. Now that the butter, the rosemary, and the garlic have come together as one, now we're going to braise the steak. Pan over, and just start going on top. Just hitting those juices, hitting those flavors. Just do one more flip. Wow, beautiful color, beautiful. Beautiful piece of meat. At the same time, rosemary, garlic, put it on top of the steak. Rub it in a little bit. Let those juices get there. When it's on there, same thing. You're non-stop. Now that we think our steak is done, come on. Another one of the most important things. We let it sit. We let it sit for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you want. We want all the juices to come out. Let it go. They've been connected with the steak a long time. They want to go. They want to leave. It's like you want it to feel like a bear at this time of year where all the fish are coming back and they're dying and the bear just gets all the fish he wants. Yeah, that's what we want. A famous chef, Eric Whitlock, from the New York Islanders, always taught me, don't want to cut your pieces thin. I want the people to taste the flavor, taste the steak. I love my medium rare. I mean, look at that. It's a fucking good steak, man. Holy cow. I feel like crying. I don't know what to say. And there you have it, folks. Another episode of Scotty Gomez Learn to Be a Pro. How to cook a goddamn mean steak. There it is, right there. Remember, like we said, the most important thing in cooking this steak, like your Uncle Scott, know your fixings, know your heat, know your ingredients, know who's at the party, know who you want to serve. You get the idea. And like we always say, the most important thing is you learn something today. And Scotty Gomez Learn to Be a Pro. See you next time.